Glad to know you're still with us. Well, the overall Purchasing Managers Index PMI as of September 2023 for Nigeria was reported at 51.1 points, above the 50 points threshold and 90 basis points higher than the 5-month low of 50.2 reported in August 2023. Business activities went up modestly in September 2023, which could be predicated on a marginal increase of new orders for the 6th consecutive, as some businesses noted an increase in demand. Several companies have increased salaries to stem the shock from the fuel subsidy removal and the devaluation of the currency, which may have slightly improved demand, leading to the observed growth in new orders. However, business activities remained relatively weak in comparison to the prior year. Charles Fakroha, iBrandTV senior analyst, joins us virtually now to discuss this. Thank you for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning. It's always a pleasure being on the show.
Well, the PMI, that's Purchasing Managers Index, is an economic indicator, of course, that shows us how the economy is doing, especially in terms of business activities. But the activities went up, according to this report, modestly in September 2023. How do you think this happened, especially seeing that there are several current economic challenges?
Yes, thank you very much. The report, well, it came with mixed feeling. But again, we just have to agree with the report, because if you look at how this report is being conducted, the methodology that is being used, you will know that there's from several manufacturing companies in different parts of the world, and the types of indicators that they use, looking at business activity, new order, employment, and also suppliers delivery. So you can say that, yes, I can say that report relatively, show the fair representation of what is happening in the business activity in terms of manufacturing in the country. So yes, there are issues in the macroeconomic environment in the country, the fuel subsidy, inflation, naira, unification, and all that. All these showed in the performance of this business by this manufacturing company. Then you see that the companies too were not just sitting down. They brought out measures to adapt. Some of them increased their workers' salary, and they just need to have strategies to make them to remain in business. So they just fold off. And that's why we are seeing a slight increase in this business activities based on the indicators they have measured.
Well, that's part of the report, saying that businesses or business owners increased the salaries of workers because of the impact, or to cushion the impacts, the effect of the impact of the removal of subsidy on their workers. It is a bit unbelievable, especially looking at the fact that some people even complained of the fact that their salaries were deducted, reduced.
Yes, if you look at it very well, I know what you are saying. Now you see in some other critical sectors, some private businesses, because we know that their workers are key. So, and for them to remain in business, they just have to do what it takes to ensure that they keep competent hands in their business. And that was why they were able to do that. And that's why we're even seeing some of these marginal increase.
Yeah, but sorry to butt in. What percentage would that have been? The percentage of those who increased their workers or their staff salary, what percentage could that have been to cause this amount of change that is being reflected in this report?
Okay, if you look at the report, it's telling you marginal increase. So the percentage, we might not have that figure, but we can still see that. So some of these companies are very quiet, they don't make so much noise, but they know that, look, we just need to strategize, make sure our workers, at least they give it a token. Because you will notice that the economy of Nigeria is a middle income, mixed economy, and an emerging market. But to expand the manufacturing, financial services, communication, technology, and even the entertainment sector, all these sectors are expanding. And by the time you see this expansion, despite the macroeconomic condition, we will begin to see or we will keep seeing some of these marginal changes. And that is what has actually happened. Because we want to look at it critically. You know, some of the factors that are affecting business in Nigeria. Now, the hostile business environment is there. Difficulty in finding even competent staff. So some of these manufacturers that have seen that our staff, they are competent, it's difficult for us to go and get competent staff. Let us try to see how we can maintain these ones that are here, and let's see how we can increase, make their welfare a bit higher and better, so that they can continue to remain with us instead of complaining.
Well, let's also look at some other parts of the report, talking about employment increasing marginally for the 5th successive month in September, and though businesses increased buying activities, the growth rate slowed to a 6-month low. Help us better understand this, especially looking at the fact that they are saying that employment increased and then business increased buying activities, although growth rate slowed to a 6-month low. It looks like a contrast.
Yeah, when you talk of growth rates, you know, it's different from developmental rates. The growth rate is just simply an expansion, while development has to do with the quality of this expansion. Yes, for manufacturers, they want to see an increase in their production, and that increase is just on growth. What about the quality of this product? If you understand and look at it critically, I want to observe in the economy that there is a reduction in development in terms of the quality. People just want to increase the production, the numbers, but the quality has gone down. Not necessarily going down that will affect the consumption of this product, but in terms of, we used to have, maybe let's say biscuit manufacturers, we used to have about maybe 5 slides in one pack. Now they have reduced it to 3 and increase the number. That's the kind of what I say, that increase is good, but in terms of development, there is a reduction. But the manufacturers need to put all these strategies in place to ensure that we remain in business, because if you look at the first stage of our infrastructure, it is there. They need to provide order for themselves. They don't even trust. The workers don't even trust their employers, and the employers don't even trust the employees. So all these are very difficult conditions affecting these businesses. But then we're talking about the high cost of business financing. So for manufacturers adopting their strategy to remain in business, that is why we are saying the PMI, you know, ending up a little bit because of the adaptive nature of some of these manufacturing business just to remain in business and be sustainable.
They are also saying that this increase is despite inflationary pressures caused by the fuel subsidy removal and the devaluation of the exchange rate. You'd recall that the inflation rate for September was put at 26.72%. Is there any takeaway here?
Yes, the takeaway there is for manufacturers in the country today, we must continue to really give them kudos, and the government has to ensure that despite the hostile business environment, these manufacturers are giving some form of waiver, you know, for them to continue to be in business. Because without a manufacturing base, then you don't have any economy. And we are talking of renewed hope agenda. And this renewed hope agenda, we must ensure that at least manufacturers are able to manufacture, even if not to full capacity, but we need them to be in operation, so that in terms of giving them some financing, in terms of the high cost of business finance, we need to ensure that when interest rate is high, inflation rate is high, exchange rate is not stable, it is fluctuating, manufacturers can be given some form of incentive so that they will remain in business and employ our youths.
But inflation, increase in inflation, and then increase in business activities, is there any relationship in this, or with both?
Yes, you can have the correlation there is not that linear. Yes, increase in inflation, that means you are saying more money in circulation now. But you are not we don't have more money in circulation. The increase in inflation is being caused by increases in the inputs that are used for production.